We're testing, doing the test. What happens here? Great, so thank you for being here. Welcome to the reading. We'll be pulling cards with these 5 decks here. Be pulling 2 cards from the Shadowscapes for the physical material realm and your spiritual sectors. Be pulling a card from the heterosexual magic for the romantic sector. For the advice, we'll be looking with Queen of the Moon Oracle. And we may be pulling some clarifiers with Black Moon astrology cards and La Vida Sibila. Now, onto the shuffle. Greetings, Gemini. How's it going? It's so good to have you here. Hope you're doing great. Let's have a look at your cards. So, we're going to get started with this card here. This Shadowscapes card is the one that I pulled for your physical material realm. Ooh, we've got the Page of Wands. Gemini. I love this page in this deck. She is just lovely. She's beautiful. She's there in the forest. It's like playing the violin, and she's a foxy lady. She's got foxes there, and it's like a little monkey playing a drum. Fairy sprites. It's not really magical deck. Hearing for some of you all, this is like absolutely you in this moment, and this is your energy. Whether or not you have the fire in your chart, Gemini, I'm hearing this is just like the kind of play and the kind of role that you, if you haven't taken it on yet, I'm hearing you want to. And it's like, there's something in it that's just going to bring more youth and vitality into your life. You might want to pay attention to where Venus is in your chart right now, because she's getting a real boost being next to the Sun in Libra right now, your sister sign. And I think it's going to go over well for some of you all. And for others, this is people that you're dealing with. It could be your children even. You know, a lot of times when it's pages, you know, we're talking about people's kids, you know, their children. But it doesn't have to be. But anyway, if this is a character that you're dealing with, they might more than likely have their sun, their moon, or their rising in one of the fire tribes. So you're looking at like an Aries. I'm hearing Aries for a lot of you. But it could be Sagittarius or Leo as well. Sun, moon, rising. But I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like lights, camera, action. It's like hearing the music, and like I'm just like feeling it like blowing back in my hair. And it might be how you feel around this person, where it's like they're charismatic. There's a charisma. It's like when they're around, it's like you just get like swept up in them. But I like it. Let's see what's showing up in your spiritual realm. Also with the Shadowscapes card here, Gemini. The Queen of Wands. Wow. So that is highly auspicious. And I'm hearing somebody like, this is like lovemaking energy. This is like somebody like they're fancy being tickled. And this is creative. This is expressive. This is like art, music, poetry. This is falling in love. This is feeling young and swept away. And it's a lot of fire. So I'm hearing for some of you too, it's like this could be you and your child. This could be like, you know, if you're the mother and the child, for some of you all, this is like your wife and your children. And it's like being in love with them, just being absolutely in love with them. I'm hearing if there's anything that you have been creating, now it's even just, it's in such a blessed sort of way. It's like it's growing. Like I'm seeing it growing, and it's like you're conceiving it in your own mind too, Gemini, because it's like whatever it is bringing you vitality. It's like youth and vitality. It's like they keep showing me you around these like young ones, and it's like knowing how to conduct it without consuming it is the real thing I'm getting here. It's like, how do you share in this gestation without being like consuming, like how fire can consume things? And so for some of you all, this is like learning how to temper your energies, because some of you all really are being asked to do that and to just be guided in that process, because fire and air, you know, can torch the whole forest, and you don't want to get lost in the forest as one of the trees and be like a child that gets thrown in for some kind of, you know, just being burned. And so I'm not saying that that's where you all are, but it's like that kind of awareness. And that for some of you all, it's like it's bringing you this youth and this like celebration energy. It's like you're calling it in, like these little beings here that she's calling in, and it's like what can grow on the tree. And so it's like you're seeing it manifesting things, and just being asked to be protective about it too, like how these two are protected in this little bubble. I don't know if you can see that too well. It's like two little foxes in there. There's a lot going on in this art here. But I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like maybe finding out about somebody and just like already feeling like you can see and conceive this relationship growing with this person. Because it's like going from the page to the queen, and that's like a growth cycle right there. And I'm hearing just don't get ahead of yourself if this is in your mind too, because sometimes things just need to take their time, and a page takes their time and how they grow things. So it's, I'm hearing be protective how you're seeing this, because for some people they might want to rush through this a lot of times with that fire element energy, and a double fire on them, that's a strong impact. And so we're being guided to like let a baby be a baby, you know? Make the decisions though, be proactive, grow that, know that there's a queen there. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like maybe just like going through this a lot. I'm hearing for some of y'all, this is like, no, this is what I'm going through. I'm having a child, or like I found out I'm pregnant, or we're going to have a baby, or we're planning for this. And like knowing how that brings you into your queenly mind, or knowing that maybe your daughter, your child, this baby is going to be a queen one day, and knowing nobody gets to rush her in any way, and you're not rushing her, but you're planning for the future. And maybe for her love partner, because I'm hearing for some of y'all, this is like setting up a trust account, and it's like some kind of like a fund where your child is going to be put through certain tasks. It's like they have to complete certain tasks before they can get their hand on the money, is what I'm hearing. It's like, nope, they're going to be cultured, they're going to go through these different things. It's kind of like going through You have to go through all the steps before, you get the cash. So for some of y'all, this might be actually what you're going through too. Maybe this is how it was set up for you, and where it's like, mom and dad or whoever it was, or whoever the people were, set it up a certain way, and it's like the rite of passage. It's like, now, you're still the page here, my love. That's what I'm hearing, and it's like, and this is, you're wonderful, you're a young woman, you're a nice young lady, or maybe a young gentleman, whatever your descriptor is, please know. It's like, but now you have completed these things, we have observed you, you've grown up well, and now you actually get to receive some of the fruit that's grown on these trees here. It's like a rite of passage. Oh, it's really beautiful energy here. And for some of y'all, Gemini, you're being encouraged to just know that your ability to conceive these things and have foresight is so good. It's like second to none, that you even kind of jump steps if this is you, because you went from page right to queen, There's also a knight somewhere in between. So I'm hearing for some of y'all, that's like, maybe they're there with you because, we've got these little ones here, and then in this picture, there's one by her side, and then there were two here that were in this bubble. It's like you might have been planning for that. I'm hearing some of y'all did a really good job planning, especially if you felt like you had to be two. Because for some of y'all, I'm hearing that's what this is. Especially I'm hearing like you might be a single mom. You could be a single dad too, your own descriptor. But I'm hearing it's like, well, you had to learn to be two and play double duty for this. And I think for some of y'all, it might just be because you're on the cusp, and it's like you almost have to like, you shadow box yourself a lot, and that's like how you do that. You just see her like, she's like shadow boxing. But let's go ahead and see. I might get some other clarifiers here. I'm gonna get some clarifiers for you in a little bit, but I want to see what's showing up in your romantic sector, because some of this might be romantic for some of you all. And I'm hearing if it is, it's like you're seeing it evolving, where it's just evolving. It's like you met, and the music is there, and then it's like, oh, I can just imagine this. I can imagine this relationship where I'm with my queen, or I'm with my king, whatever it is that you want there. And I'm hearing it's about the smallest little things with this person too. It's like it's like the tiniest, like the little things, and that the thing you're gonna be like, really just be gentle, because I see him like playing the harp. She's like playing the harp. She's like barely just like touching these strings, and I'm hearing it's just like, just know that a little fire goes a long way. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like just learning how to be caressed by that energy and not like being consumed by it. Because the page sometimes wants to move fast. And so I'm hearing too, it's like the queen might too. The queen, she knows how to be randy, but it's like the page, the queen might have learned how to take her time in ways that the page doesn't. And so sometimes it's good to know what the queen knows if you're feeling like the page in that situation. And I'm going to say that, especially if you're the guy, okay? So, all right, ladies, let me just have like guy moment. If you're the guy watching this and you're this Gemini, know what the Queen of Wands knows and be smart if you're the page. Okay, so here is what we're going to find out from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Well, let's see. 8 of Pentacles. So here's what I was worried about for some of you guys over there, because now it's like happened too fast, and she's kind of like, all right. So I'm hearing for some of y'all, don't be the premature guy, because that's just like, this is the wah 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 wah. And she's not looking really happy there. So 8 of Pentacles. This is like a craftsman card, okay? So know what the Queen of Wands knows, and you know what? If you find yourself in this situation, don't be that fucking wuss, okay? Like, there's other things you know how to do. Don't be So, Eight of Pentacles, learn a craft. Learn what the Queen of Wands knows, or you're gonna piss her off, and don't leave her like that. Okay. So that's just like, that's what the page would do. Alright, so Eight of Pentacles, yeah, that's just like, now she's pissed off. She's like, or she's just over it. She's like watching a show. She's bored with you. She's drinking tea or espresso, and it might even be cold. And she's like, I would rather cover myself and like stare at this wall and drink this cold ass espresso than, no, I don't want your rose now. It's like, yeah. So, know what she knows, because there's a big warning here for some of you guys, especially if you're trying to like grab at her fruit. So, okay, all right, gonna get a little bit of advice here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. We've got that one flew out of my hand. 24. 24 might be big for some of y'all. Maybe you're 24. Maybe you're with somebody you're thinking about them 24/7 because you can't get enough of them, and it's time for you to be nested and protected. And that's what this card says. Waning Crescent 1 protection. I'm hearing it's like, be protective of what you know. I'm hearing if you're like planning for the future, plan for the little ones too. This is all about the little things right now. This is about what gets nested. This is about knowing that if your partner is also like emotionally distant or, you know, not communicative, maybe you didn't disappoint them in the bedroom. It didn't have to be that, but I was hearing for some of y'all, come on. Don't do that. You know, don't leave her like that. This is the card of the person that's going to take the time because they love it. Because they care. Because it's like, it's their art. If you check most traditional decks, it's like somebody that loses themselves in the details. They're just like, their face is buried in it. You know? They're like buried in their work. Sometimes they don't see what's going on around, and they're like hammering away at it. And so it's like, this is like a lame ass attempt. He's like, you know? So it's like, if your partner is emotionally distant and uncommunicative, this kind of attempt isn't going to work on her or on him, them, other. You're going to need to like get yourself involved in the details, you know? So maybe that's what this is too, although she doesn't look too receptive, you know? Who put all the time into like setting this whole spread up? I don't know. But for somebody, it doesn't look like it's worth it, right? So this is kind of begging to put time into how you protect something, how it gets nested. See, she looks like she's cuddling something, you know. And then look at this one here. She's like, Calgon, take me somewhere else. You know. So it's almost like a little bit of warnings too. It's just some warnings on that. I'm hearing it's like what you want to wrap yourself up in, because of the continuity of the 8. And because it's dealing with earth element too, and so it's telling you that some of these things move more slowly and some things take patience. They require patience. And so if you're feeling moved by a lot of fire energy right now, that could really be the challenge, because fire doesn't want to sit around and wait. So let's see what else we can find out here for you, my loves. I'm gonna pull some cards with La Vera Sibilla Italiana. And we'll also pull one card from the Black Moon astrology cards. Let's see if we get a little more information on that. Geminis need to know about this energy right here. Alright, so we've got Malinconia. That's somebody that's feeling depressed. That's a melancholy is essentially what that means. I'm hearing for somebody, I mean, it could be like an anniversary that's difficult for someone right now. Like, hearing for some of you all, this might be hard. I'm hearing about a specific situation with marital trouble where it's like, just like being at like weird hormonal cycles with each other, and like her periods where maybe not her actual period, but like a period of the year where it's just really tough, because I'm hearing it's something that's being memorialized right now, or like when it's an anniversary of like when her grandfather died or something. Yeah, it's like really, really hard. And they're saying 5 is probably relevant for some of you all here. And that for some of you all, this isn't really that bad too. This might be you being very patient with her. You know, maybe you didn't disappoint her. Maybe you put all that effort into making that spread and like making her coffee right. Like putting a little crumpet or something there for her, and like even being willing to like be extending her gifts while she's like blowing you off and treating you like you're not there, because she kind of like just tunes out. I'm hearing that might be a tough cycle for some of you all, especially if you're feeling like, oh, I love my wife, you know, or I love my partner, and she's like everything and she won't touch me. You know, I'm hearing that's going to be depressing for some of y'all, and that this might be just the time where you just know you have to protect her more because she gets depressed. Yeah, Giovanni Fanchula. So she's pointing over her shoulder because she can't speak. And this is her being depressed. Now, if she's not your wife yet, I'm hearing, you know, this might not actually be the two of you in bed together. This might just be how it feels, where it's like, you know, it's like you're sitting together, but you're not even looking at each other. So it's like maybe you're like in different parts of the world, but you're into the same thing, is what I'm hearing. And it's like you extend yourself to her and she's just like, whatever. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, what you don't know is that she's depressed. She's going through something right now. There might be some kind of period where she's like grieving, like missing somebody. And I'm hearing if that's the case, she does things to cover it up, you know, and she covers it up really good, you know. She doesn't feel like she has to explain it to anybody. And maybe she can't. And in some cases, it's like a lack of experiencing. In other cases, this is like one of the virgins in the deck. So it's like maybe you two just haven't been intimate together. But a lot of times this is showing up as somebody that does not have that experience yet. And so it's like, this is a younger person. This is an older person. Page and the Queen. So this could even be two people, you know your own genders or whatever. But, there could be an age difference. And there's this kind of emphasis of like, don't rush her, you know? It's like, don't rush her. She needs some time. It's like, she's gonna let you know if she's ready, is what I'm hearing. It's like, she's gonna let you know. Especially if she's got like multiple suitors. Because I'm hearing it's like, you might have reached out for her, and it's like, if she didn't reach back out, it's like, she's kind of pointing over here, and she's like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, she can pick if she wants. And sometimes people are just like, I don't want any of you. Why do you think I have to pick one of you? Just because you're there? Like, way to flatter yourself, right? So, you know, protection. Sometimes it's like, Calgon, get me the hell out of there. So some of these things, she's just kind of like, whatever, dude, you know? All right, one more card. So, La Donna di Servizio. This is somebody that's really helpful. This is somebody that has really good friend potential. They might be your friend, and you might not know it yet. They might not know they're your friend yet. Sometimes they're just not like, hi, I'm your friend. This is like somebody you could meet in life that's just helpful. They might not be your friend at all, but they're like sometimes better than your friends are, you know? Than the ones that you might have had, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that this might be something that's evolving, that you're looking at the stages of a relationship evolving. You're being guided to protect and to put your time into this, because this might be like the loving process of you're coming together. And it's like, if you're really going to be making love with this person, It's like with, not to. And you have to find out what she or he is really all about, if they're kind of like that. And they might not be frigid. It's just like something that's going to take some time. And that is a craftsman card. That's a card where people are being encouraged to love what they do. And so if it's like grooming a relationship, know that you're coming out of a situation where somebody was either hurt, maybe is having to grow up even, because it's like a maturity thing. And so I'm hearing just keep your hands clean, don't rush the situation. And I'm going to pull a Black Moon astrology card and just, we'll get us another sign, tribe, have an idea of who we might be dealing with. That one. Taurus, I have. So I'm hearing for some of you all, Taurus. That might be you dealing with a Taurus somewhere in there, or maybe that could be you. Maybe you have Taurus somewhere in your chart. You're a Gemini, you could easily be on the cusp. Okay, Taurus 14. It could be somebody's birthday right there. It could be on the 14th. Okay, but hopefully that was helpful for you, Gemini. Let me know. I love your comments. I love hearing what you have to say. I read them all. And hit me up if I can do a private reading for you. My information's below. If I don't hear from you, take care. We'll catch you again when we're back for another one. Bye for now.